Welcome to Good News for You in 1982 with Oral Roberts, featuring Richard Roberts, with special guest stars Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, Louise Mandrell, the Croft Puppets, Truck Shackley and the Texas Critters, the Fudge Family, and the Oral Roberts University Singers. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Roberts.
When it comes to politics, I always have a doubt. The mayor should be in again, the mayor should be out. In fact, there's quite a lot of things that I can talk about. Yeah, there are a lot of things I'd like to say, so gather around and we'll talk about it. When it comes to fancy singing, or to music with a smile, or to nice romancing, make mine country style. When it comes to folks that know ya, eyes that shine about a mile, like I just now told ya, make mine country style. Hear that fiddle, hear that fiddle, hear that fiddle, hear that fiddle. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Louise Mandrell. I could listen all night. Ain't that something?
That's right.
Come to share some smiles and joy, spread some laughter for a while. But for hitching up with, make mine country style. Hear that yodel,
Hear that yodel,
hear that yodel. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roy Rogers. Ain't that something?
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dale Evans.
Come share smiles and joy, spread some laughter for a while. But for hitching up with, make mine country style.
When it comes to fancy singing, or the music with a smile, or the nice romancing, make mine country style. Yes, sir!
Lindsay, grab that tablecloth, honey, and help me straighten it.
Sure. Thanks.
Evelyn, I sure hope we brought enough food for all these people.
Oh, Lindsay, with all of our neighbors bringing food to help us, we're going to have plenty of food.
Roy, I just came in to join in the singing while we were raising the bar.
Now, you know you can't even carry a tune in a paper sack.
Well, how do you know?
Oh, I've heard you sing.
Well, that's not very nice to say.
Well, you got to tell it like it is. After all, I've known you for 30 years.
All right, then. I'll just ask that young buck up there, Richard, to do my singing.
Now you're talking.
Okay, Richard.
When it comes to fancy singing, or the music with a smile, or the nice romancing, make mine country style. Make mine country style. Yes, sir.
Roy, can I ask you a question?
Sure can.
When you were growing up in Ohio, did they have barn raisins?
You betcha. Every time somebody lose a barn, that's a very important building in a farm. Everybody pitch in and help build a new one.
Well, same thing in Pontotoc County, Oklahoma, where I grew up, and it just really brought the people together.
That's right.
What are you two talking about?
Talking about helping one another.
Oh, that's great.
When you and Dale had Trigger and making all those westerns in the state fairs, I'd like to ask you to tell me the funniest thing that ever happened.
Well, there've been a lot of them, Oral, but, Trigger, he was just such a great horse. And if there's a heaven for horses, that's where Trigger is. One time, horses work off of cues, and they have two sets of brains, one for each side of the horse. And when you train them, movements that you make, means for them to do certain things. So we were playing Madison Square Garden one night, and we played it about 3 or 4 weeks at the rodeo, and Trigger, you know, they're like kids. They get bored doing the same thing over every night, night after night, doing the same tricks. So one night, I was giving him the cues, and there was 15,000 people in Madison Square Garden, and I give Trigger a cue to throw him a kiss, and he just stood there. So I have a little quirt I keep up on the saddle horn. So I picked this quirt off the saddle horn, and I got it down in position, and Trigger went through about 6 or 7 tricks without even a normal cue, you know. Well, Trigger went through all these things, and even after we left the arena...
You mean even on backstage?
Yeah, he knew that he'd done something wrong, and he was trying to make up for it, you know.
Oral, I'd like to ask you something. I want to know how you feel when these comedians on television tell stories and jokes on people like you and Billy Graham. How do you feel?
Well, what happened just a few days ago, I was coming to the house and my wife had the television on and Bob Hope was on.
Oh, my.
And this is a story he told. He said, Billy and Oral died and went to heaven. And when they got there, Peter said, oh, I'm so glad to have you men, but I have some bad news. We are full up. We don't have any room. Temporarily, we're going to send you down below. But just as soon as we get some space, we'll send for you. So Billy and I went down below, and 3 days later, the devil called up St. Peter and said, come and get these guys. Get them today. Get them out of here. St. Peter said, devil, what's Billy and Oral doing? Well, he said the first thing they did is getting everybody saved. And now that they're air conditioning the place. Oh, I think they're great.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I know a while ago when I came up to sing and you told me I couldn't carry a tune to sack, that's right. But you and Dale can sing. And would you sing for us again right now?
Why, certainly.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I wanna ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in.
I got no diamond, I got no pearl, and still I think I'm a lucky girl. Got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. I got no mansion, I got no yacht, and still I'm happy with what I've got. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Checkbooks, I got no banks, and still I'd like to express my thanks. Got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.